Hello, everyone, and welcome to Mindfulness with Kay. Today, I'm going to talk a little bit about impermanence, and then we're going to do a mindfulness of breathing meditation practice. So, what is impermanence? The lives of all beings are marked by three characteristics. That is impermanence, egolessness, and dissatisfaction or suffering. Recognizing these qualities allows us to turn to the truth and allow things to evolve as they are in the now. And I think it was a good time to kind of reflect how the world is and how strong impermanence is in the world that we live in today. You know, our worlds have been completely turned upside down with this coronavirus. And the amount of suffering and the amount of heartache is very prevalent in our daily lives. You know, I guess a lot of people having to work from home, only going out once a day. It's you know, such a different world than we could have ever have dreamed of back even 2 months ago. And this is highlighted more and more. And I guess over, you know, the last kind of month of lockdown, a couple of things that have kind of, you know, arisen. For the first 1 or 2 weeks, it was kind of like, you know, the coronavirus wasn't affecting my world and wasn't really affecting those around me. But as the weeks have progressed, you know, in the last week or two, personally, I've had a couple of friends in hospital, and a couple of dear friends also have lost some loved ones. So it's very real. And I think that just marks impermanence in our life, especially when we're surrounded by so many tragic stories of you know, people dying, and yeah, it's horrific in many aspects. I guess I look at impermanence quite simply in my daily life, and that's just breathing in and breathing out. And the reason why I think this is important is because it signifies breathing in means it's a start of the breath, and breathing out is it's the end of the breath. So there's always beginnings and there's always endings. And through that, you realize that no two breaths are the same, and everything changes, you know, continually. It's just being aware, that noticing that things change continually. Also, I guess, you know, from a nature point of view, you know, the mark of all the seasons highlights impermanence. You know, of the 4 seasons, in spring, everything kind of, you know, starts to bloom. And then by autumn, everything starts to fall. The leaves on the trees start to fall. And it kind of signifies, you know, the warm weather, you know, is changing into colder weather. And I was looking out my window today, and I've been watching the leaves on the trees start to kind of grow. And every day, something changes. But when I just look at it, nothing changes. And yet, you know, in 24 hours, they grow significantly. But yeah, I don't see those changes. So it's been a lovely kind of journey looking at spring and all the nature coming to life. The Buddha also mentions about impermanence is that if there's a stream and we walk into a stream, so you're on a riverbank and there's a stream in front of you, you can never walk into the stream the same. It's if you go into the stream twice, it's going to be a different experience. So I guess the start of the first experience is going into the stream, and you notice the water's really cold. You notice the sand under your feet. And when you get out and you sit down for a while and you just observe the stream, and you get up again and you go back into the stream, it's never going to be the same as what it was the first time. You know, you might have got used to the temperature of the water and it's not as cold. You know, you might have trod on a rock and not the sand. So every experience that we have, There's an initial rise or a beginning of an experience and an end of an experience. And I guess there's that old saying, all good things come to an end. And it's very true. However, there's experiences that are arise and naturally, fall. The way our day is set up is, we wake up, we do our things, and then we go to bed. So there's the day starts and it kind of ends. As humans, we know impermanence intellectually is all around us because things wear out over time. But emotionally, we have got a deep-rooted aversion to it. And I think the reason why we've got a deep-rooted aversion to it is because we like clinging and we like things to be permanent. And that could be as simple as grasping to form or attachment to things. That could be people, that could be material objects, that could be through experience, through, drinking or over-exercising or clinging to what makes us feel good. And we seek permanence through security of having those things. And you can look at, all the products we buy on a daily basis to make us look younger, to make us look more youthful. We don't like the aging process. We don't like wrinkles on our face. We don't like the sagging of the skin. When we look back at photos 10 years ago, 20 years ago, if you're old enough, you can look and think, oh my gosh, I look so young then. But it's almost like bringing that moment now and saying, I'm young now because I'm only going to get older. The whole thing about, I guess, impermanence is turning towards your experience now and acknowledging, I guess, that it's a part of life. And I think there's a lot of power in that, because if we embrace the present as it is, and and not push it away, life becomes, I think I've said before, quite joyful. But impermanence is such a real part of our life. So now we're going to do a breathing meditation, and we're going to focus on just the breath, and it will go for around sort of 5 to 7 minutes. And I will run you through it. So when you're ready, you can lie on the floor, or you can sit comfortable in a chair, or you can stand. It's whatever you feel is comfortable. The only thing I do recommend is having your back straight. Okay. So when you're ready, just close your eyes. And with your eyes closed, we're just now checking into how you're feeling within your body today. Because every time you sit down for meditation practice, it's going to be a different experience. It continually changes. So just check into your emotional tone and check into the feeling part of your body. And just notice the energy of your body pushing down on the chair, the cushion, or the floor. And just see if you can feel like a tree, that you're putting roots in the ground and allowing your energy to be grounded. This can be a great exercise if you're in your head a lot. Just pushing your energy into the floor in whatever way you know how. And just notice if you feel energetic or if you feel a little bit tired. But whatever is there is there. Now connect to your breath. And just observe your thoughts. There's no need to engage in any of them. They might be saying, "This is hopeless, I can't do this." But just allow them to be there. Just like clouds passing by. There's no need to want them or like them in any way. Just allow them to be there. Okay, now start to just notice your breath. And as you breathe in, the breath begins. And as you breathe out, the breath ends. Highlighting impermanence, highlighting the flow of starting and ending. And as you notice your breath, notice all the little subtle sensations as you breathe in and as you breathe out. And just notice the rise and the fall of your chest, or the rise and the fall of your stomach. And to keep you focused on the breath, when you breathe in, you can just say in. And when you breathe out, you can just say out. This may help you focus on your breathing. And you can just notice where the air enters your body. Is it cooler as you breathe in? And is it warmer as you breathe out? And just be aware that you're noticing. And if you're struggling with any particular thoughts, just acknowledge the thought, thank your mind for bringing it up, and just come back to the breath with openness and kindness to yourself. And just notice if your breathing has changed since beginning this exercise. Has it become slower? Have you softened towards your breath? Okay, now we're just going to start to let go of the practice. So noticing your breath, noticing the weight of your body on the floor or the cushions or the chair. And just begin to notice the sounds inside the room and the sounds outside the room. And just check into the whole of your experience. And when you're ready, slowly open your eyes. And I just wanted to say, from my living room to yours, thank you so much for making the effort and viewing this YouTube channel. I get so much joy from you all joining me. And have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time.